Well, she's a former teacher turned organizational guru who has straightened out more than a few files. She's also a proud Mi Casa Makeover sponsor. Helene Segura and her life-changing advice are back and here to help make your life a lot more simple.
Yes, exactly, Eileen.
A lot simpler, I should say. So, congratulations on, just doing such a great job, because I know a lot of people come to you and say, Helene, I'm a teacher too. I need some help. Help me get organized. And people are listening.
Yes, they are. And it's parents, it's teachers, it's everybody across the board. And coincidentally, it is National Simplify Your Life Week. So people are starting to feel the summer lull is over,
yes,
and it's time to get kicked up for the fall.
Okay, so you've got a few things here, because there's a way really to get simplified.
Right. And so the first thing you need to do is define it.
Okay.
Because so many times we say, oh, I wish my life was simpler, I wish I was happier, but we need to know what it is that we're chasing in order to know whether or not we've made it there.
Okay, and you also say choose priorities.
Yes. Now, that seems like something that's so easy. People say, well, duh, I know what my priorities are. But unless you define them and unless you write them down either on paper or on a tablet where you can view it every day, you need to bring it to the forefront. So when you make decisions about how to use your time or how to spend your money, you are doing it based on your priorities.
Is it kind of like a to-do list?
It's something like a to-do list, but a priority would be your spouse, your kids, keeping your job, maintaining your health. And sometimes the decisions we make don't support those priorities in our life because it's not in the forefront of our minds.
Okay, so also here's another thing too, and that is you say identify targets.
Yes. So if I give you this ball and I tell you, Eileen, I want you to toss it into the $1 million bucket.
Oh, I wouldn't know which one's the $1 million bucket.
Exactly, because you haven't identified your target. But so many times we just throw our time away at anything that comes by.
Right.
And we're not focused on what we need to do. So for identify your targets, I have these handy little targets here. What you want to do is, after defining your priorities, decide, okay, so if one of my priorities is I want to spend more time with my kids, well, more is kind of hard to measure. Right. So you want to have exact time. So maybe a bullseye would be, I get to spend 2 hours a day with my kids. So that will be in the middle. If you get to do 2 hours a day, that's awesome. If I only get to spend 30 minutes a day with my kids, that's kind of outside of the target. And so that way you know whether or not you're coming close to all of your goals. Because too many times we don't even know what this target is. And we spend so much time getting upset with ourselves when we don't realize, you know what, I was actually close to some of my goals.
Okay, so and there's your target right there. So you want to be as close to your target as possible.
Right.
And another thing too, you want to reflect. What do you mean by that?
At the end of the day, instead of thinking about everything that didn't go right, start with everything you did do right. Because too many times we kick ourselves in the pants and say, oh, I wish I had done this differently. Instead of celebrating first, we need to celebrate all of our wins for the day, no matter how small they are.
And can I add to that? Do you want to reflect also on what you did not win because you want to make some changes?
Right.
What didn't work?
Exactly. So after the celebration, celebrating your wins first, then you decide, is there anything that I can modify?
Got it.
So that way, if anything did go wrong during the day, I can make sure that the next day is even better because I'm modifying what went wrong.
Okay, so once again, you want to define it, you want to choose your priorities, you want to identify the targets, as you mentioned, the $1 million bucket.
That's right. Choose your buckets wisely.
Exactly, and also reflect and celebrate and, identify the targets and modify.
Yes. Precisely.
Okay. All right, so we want to mention this too, and that is you've got a special offer for our viewers.
Yes, I do. So the winner, the winning caller, which you'll announce in just a little bit, which number it is, they will win a $200 gift certificate for any of Living Order Essays, Organizing and Productivity Services, along with a copy of my latest book, Roadmap to Get Organized.
So you want to get a copy of Helene's book, you want to call us right now. We're looking for the 5th caller, Roadmap to Get Organized, and a gift certificate for livingorderessay.com. Thank you again, Helene, for working with us on our Mi Casa Makeover project.
My pleasure.
We love it.
Thank you.